We all know starting an online business is, well, it's tough. But what if I told you the real secrets to making it big aren't locked away in some Silicon Valley boardroom? What if they were just hidden in plain sight? Today, we are going to build the ultimate survival guide for online startups. And our blueprint? It's something you'd never expect. A college marketing exam. Seriously, let's dive in. I mean, that's a brutal number, right? 9 out of 10. That means a staggering 90% of online businesses just don't make it. Think about that. All that heart, all the savings, all those late nights poured into a dream just to watch it fizzle out. So, what's the deal with that other 10%? What do they know that the others don't? What's their secret sauce? Well, we're about to find out. Yep, you heard that right. We actually got our hands on a final exam for a college marketing class. And you know what? It turns out the questions and the answers are basically a masterclass in how to dodge the very bullets that sink most startups. So maybe grab a notebook, because class is officially in session. All right, first up, let's talk about the one challenge every single new entrepreneur just dreads. You know the feeling. You've built this beautiful online store. It's your digital masterpiece. You finally launch it into the world with a click and maybe a little prayer, and then crickets. You can almost hear the virtual tumbleweeds rolling by. This, my friends, is the empty storefront problem. Man, is that a frustrating feeling or what? You can see the traffic. People are visiting your site, but they vanish, like in seconds. They're clicking away before you even get a chance to say, hey, look at this cool stuff. In the marketing world, they call this a high bounce rate. Basically, it's the percentage of people who take one look at one page and say, nope, and leave. So what's your first move here? Our handy exam gives us a surprisingly simple answer. It's got nothing to do with your fancy office or your payroll. Nope. The answer is C, website content relevance. And it just makes sense, right? Think about it. If you search for blue running shoes and a website shows you, I don't know, red boots, you're gone instantly. It's all about giving people exactly what they're looking for right away. And that right there is the power of SEO in a nutshell. It's just the art of matching what's on your site to what your customers are actually typing into that search bar. It's kind of like raising your hand and telling Google, hey, over here, I've got the answer they're looking for. And the best part? It's how you get found without having to spend a fortune on ads. Okay, so you've totally nailed your SEO. Awesome. People are coming to your site, they're sticking around, but now a new problem pops up. They're adding stuff to their carts, you see it happening, and then, poof, they're gone. The sales just aren't closing. So what's going wrong now? Well, the answer here is B, your customer journey. And listen, this is so crucial. You literally have to put on your customer's shoes and walk through your own site. From the second they land on your homepage all the way to that final thank you screen. Is your checkout process this horrible maze of confusing forms? Is the buy button hiding somewhere at the bottom of the page? Remember this, every single extra click you make them do is another chance for them to give up and leave. And this brings us to what's probably the most important metric of them all, the one that cuts through all the noise, your conversion rate. Seriously, forget about likes, forget about followers for just a second. This is the number that tells you if your business is actually working. It is the ultimate report card for your success. So, okay, how do you get that number up? Well, our trusty exam basically gives us the playbook for turning those looky-loos into actual buyers. First, you analyze their journey, find all the annoying roadblocks, then personalize your content so it feels like you're talking directly to them. You can use smart email campaigns to remind them you exist. And for all those people who bail on their shopping carts, a little targeted ad can be a great way to say, hey, you forgot this. It's all about being persistent, but, not creepy or pishy. Okay, you did it. You cracked the code. People are clicking, and more importantly, they are buying. That's awesome. Congratulations. But, and there's always a but, right? You're about to see that success brings its own entirely new set of problems. Welcome, my friend, to the fulfillment frenzy. This is what they call a good problem to have, but let me tell you, it can turn into a total nightmare fast. Your marketing just worked a little too well, and now your operations team is completely overwhelmed. Suddenly, your inbox is just a sea of angry emails from customers, and the brand you worked so hard to build, yeah, it's hanging by a thread. This is a real make or break moment. To fix this, you have to become a master of your supply chain. I mean, think of it like a real chain. It starts with that first customer click, then it moves through the, let's call it, organized chaos of a warehouse, and it ends with a package landing on a doorstep. But if just one link in that chain is weak, the whole thing can fall apart. So, where do you even begin? Well, check out this exam question. I mean, it's common sense, right? If you don't even know what you have in stock, you can't sell it, and you sure as heck can't ship it. Now, you might think, I'll just track it by hand. But trust me, that is a recipe for total disaster as soon as you start to grow. The answer, the only real answer, is B, an automated inventory system. It's the only way you're ever going to keep up. The magic word here is efficiency, or really integration. It just means your suppliers, your warehouse, your delivery drivers, they all need to be on the exact same page all the time, in real time. When you do that, you can see where everything is, and more importantly, your customer can see where their package is. And that's how you turn that frantic chaos into a system that just runs like clockwork. Okay, so you've mastered marketing, you've tamed your logistics, your business is humming along, it's a well-oiled machine, and it is growing fast. But just as you start to get comfortable, new threats start to creep out of the shadows. So now, it's time to build a digital fortress to protect everything you've worked for. You know, e-commerce is kind of a double-edged sword. It's incredible, right? On one side, you can reach a global audience instantly, from day one. But on the other side, you're basically opening your doors to a whole world of digital threats. We're talking hackers trying to snatch your customer data, viruses that can shut your whole operation down. With growth comes vulnerability. They really do go hand in hand. So, what are the digital defenses you absolutely have to have? Our exam lays out the essentials. It starts with the basics, a rock-solid internet connection and good cloud hosting. Then you need things like SSL encryption. That's what keeps customer credit card numbers safe. You need a firewall, which is like a digital bouncer for your website. And you absolutely need backup systems, so one server crash doesn't just end your entire business. And the last one? Continuous innovation. Because in cybersecurity, the bad guys are always getting smarter, so you have to too. All right, so we've talked about getting customers to click, we've covered the frenzy of fulfilling orders, and we've gone over how to secure the whole thing. But what's the one big idea that ties all of this together? What's the real engine that's going to drive sustainable growth, not just for a few months, but for the long haul? And here it is, the single biggest lesson from this whole college exam. It's not one specific magic solution. It's a process. It's a cycle. See, the companies that actually make it, the ones that last, they don't just fix a problem and then call it a day. They build a system, a habit, of constantly getting better. And it all comes down to this really simple but super powerful 3-step loop. Step 1 is analyze. Whatever the problem is, a high bounce rate, a low conversion rate, late shipments, you name it. You have to become a detective. You put on your Sherlock Holmes hat, you dig into the data, you look at the metrics, and you find the real root of the problem. You're not just guessing here, you are making a diagnosis. Okay, step 2, apply. Once you know what the problem is, you've got to take action. You implement the right fix, whether that's a brand new inventory system, a new firewall for security, or totally redesigning that customer journey we talked about. This is the moment where your smart analysis turns into real-world impact. And finally, step 3, and this is maybe the most important, evaluate. You have to ask the big question, did it actually work? So you go right back to the data and you measure the results. Did that conversion rate go up? Are your packages getting delivered faster? And see, the answer to that question becomes the fuel for your next round of analysis. And the cycle just keeps going. Analyze, apply, evaluate. That right there is the engine of sustainable growth. So there you have it. Who knew that by just breaking down a simple college exam, we find such a powerful blueprint for startup survival? I think the key takeaway, the big idea, is this. It's not about having all the right answers from day one. Nobody does. It's about building a business that's designed to find those answers over and over and over again. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. Is your business built to last?